folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the first drive came into the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The play fake. Here's Wilson. He rifles. It's intercepted. Taylor ran to the pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
And a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day. And it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball, field goal range after the turnovers, and they got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. They're thinking is the touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done to get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Incomplete. Right side to Cook. And here he'll get him down to the 7.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Cook. And he's stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
As the kickoff here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
That's a little bit of humor. Gotta laugh that one off and not go hard. That was really funny, but I'm like, you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
No matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice them. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, don't do any of that.
Oh, heck. Man, how does this nigga break?
The Vikings will take over possession here.
Man, that's a cool
24. What a start defensively. I mean, your offense goes out, gets the touchdown.
This nigga wasn't even nowhere. This nigga just had supernatural ability
on defense, because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left center, he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Quickly run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked it off.
Here comes, he's taken down by the Seahawks defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for runs. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. It looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for the defense, because you got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field and then win. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. The kickoff is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
My niggas can't run past nobody.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
My riders can't run past. No motherfucking
Coming up the
body.
line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, trying to get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We always talk about how you got to be key when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example.
Man, you don't get the fuck out of here, bro.
But just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see a point communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf. Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Point after, right down the middle. And cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in the top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. Offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
He's going to throw one up to the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quadra Higgs. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out of this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think harder about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get smarter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. For the gun, it's Wilson. He's also target Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And that's how you fix the first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
This is the first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating and allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your first line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms yards of receiving yards.
Also, touching is a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Ah, man, this nigga can't break no tackle, bro.
15.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. They'll find him back out. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this the holiday season because here we are in the season of giving, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, they may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and John.
Ow, bitch!
No doubt about it. You're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
That's the only decent place this sorry son of a motherfucker.
In this game,
That's the only
the
place.
alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
I fucked up on it. That was my fault.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure.
Man, this nigga.
It's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back.
Man, this nigga just.
Certainly didn't think that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. Unsuccessfully.
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
What a foul. This is really. This is superhuman.
Time on the scramble, and now
this is superhuman. He take a big hit like that.
He decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up the
I think that nigga playing for 3 anyway.
additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick here is good.
Man, this whole Marquez niggas playing for 3 points any motherfucking way.
So the turnover leads to points as they have 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a good drive, and then come away with 3 points. Just the tour partner, just do it.
This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Man, I knew that Marquez nigga was playing for 3, dog. I seen that shit the whole way, though. So,
coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
this nigga. Heck.
This is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 52. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I know.
We heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense. They'll keep you in the game to give him an opportunity to get
I ain't giving this nigga some whole ass shit on this bitch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This hoe don't fumble.
They sack him back right at the midfield.
This hoe don't fumble, dog. Come on, man.
It's rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sack.
This whole ass nigga do not fumble, dog.
So after the sack, a scenario that certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll put it down right at the 40, so one is a 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it.
I'm playing horrible, dog. This nigga be throwing some I'm throwing some
the Vikings taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that.
This nigga bagging up, spinning, going off his backfield. Nigga going. I'm talking about. Come on, bro.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Take it at the goal line.
I need you to come up with a play, dog.
These guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities.
Oh, shit.
That's got some lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He's tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
We playing for 3. We playing for 3, guys. Come on, man. Nigga,
Look to throw. The kicker here, it's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
That's on the hand, guys.
Cook. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pick out of about 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Man, for motherfucking 3. Nigga playing for 3. Come on with this handout, dog.
Again, it's
man.
He'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Calvin Cook, his second TD of the game, his 16th on the season. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll look to throw.
I'll cap, guys. This nigga I'll cap, guys. Come on, guys. You don't cap? Fuck out of here, man. The record show you ain't good like that, my nigga. So how you gonna sit here and try to cap, man?
Sit down and kick this one away, and off it goes.
Come on, man.
In trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. We normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ. Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back. So here's an onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover it. And Steve does its job. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel, but they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in the position to try and win the game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, second and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
This nigga.
Side is complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very professional. Good pass.
I've observed over the years in the NFL.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Calvin Cook. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. offense ready to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you're to make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they do.
Complete pass. Here they go again. 2nd and 10 for the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's crazy. I got this bullshit situation.
Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That's caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the rollout.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 2nd down now.
Man, I hit the...
It's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Rolling to his right.
What my fumble from this nigga?
Down to the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
That's crazy. This nigga do not fumble the ball, bro.
Another choke for the workhorses out there. It's caught. And he'll be brought down. It looks like right at the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep making it good yardage.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, But you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something to be a little more shifty.
And no doubt about it. Good open field tackling headed to an okay game.
And it's caught. End zone touchdown, Minnesota. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
Vikings
added to their lead, and they are also closing in on a fifth straight victory. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
This guy, man. They got to fix this hard ass man, bro.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He lets it fly from Lockett. He's got a man complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. There's a big play there for Seattle. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up any
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked out 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or with less talent.
No fumble in there. This nigga do not fumble out. The fuck going on right here?
Defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And he took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Now back to throw. He'll let this go deep for Rice.
What the fuck?
A big play that time on 4th and 1. So on 4th down, a time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation. And their eyes
this nigga know motherfucking where.
They'll try one and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That sets up 2nd and goal.
This
and this
will
probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Here's the 2nd and 7. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Fuck this over.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Set down to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they don't execute it, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. But now here's a carry heading left. There's some space here. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, Tempola sees some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use.
Man, you trying to roast, bro? Man, fuck out of here, man. Man, you what? Motherfucker, you sorry ass, hoe ass nigga. You talking about hurry up, nigga. You burning time outs on the game over there. You was a hoe ass, lame ass nigga, dog.
Again, 2nd and 10.
You talking about hurry up like you got shit to do, nigga. Quit wasting my motherfucking time, mark ass nigga.
And we take it down, but not before it gets into enemy territory.
For real, dog. Don't never be no lame, nigga. This nigga's gonna run. Man, come on, dog. Fuck out of here, dog. Bitch, you happy you won?
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Tell by the actions, though. You can always tell it by the actions, dog. Bitch, I got shit to do. I got shit to do. It's the weekend, nigga. Mark ass nigga. Rolling me up.
Big offensive explosion.
Leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different